Good morning, El Paso. The frontrunners win the New York primary. I'm ABC's Valle with more on what that means for their campaigns coming up.
The man police say was behind a freeway shooting spree has been released from jail overnight.
The death toll has gone up in East Texas as rains continue to come down. Residents continue to be rescued.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC 7's Good Morning El Paso.
Rise and shine and good morning, El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. I'm Stephanie Valle.
And I'm Hillary Floren. Good morning, everyone. Let's get right to meteorologist Crystal Cly standing by with great news for us right now.
Yes, great temps.
Absolutely, another great day ahead of us. We're just going to call everything great because this forecast, no complaints on it. We are starting out very nice temperature-wise, 53 in El Paso, winds 9 miles per hour coming out of the north. Your relative humidity at 28%. No chance of rain today. We're going to be still lacking the moisture to see that occur. In Las Cruces, we're at 45 degrees. Feels like 39, so it does feel a bit chilly outside. Our winds are at 10 miles per hour out of the west currently, and today our only issue, so to speak, will be some light then breezy winds this afternoon. Then in the days to come, we see a few bigger changes with winds, temperatures, and chances of rain. So we'll talk more about that coming up.
Looking forward to it. All right. Thanks so much, Crystal. This morning, the front runners in the presidential race are celebrating big wins in the Big Apple. Voters in the New York primary gave a boost to the campaigns of Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, pushing them even closer to locking up their party's nominations. ABC's Valle brings us the very latest. It's your voice, your vote.
New York, New York.
The Big Apple delivers must-wins for the presidential frontrunners.
I can think of nowhere that I would rather have this victory.
Today, you proved once again there's no place like home.
Hillary Clinton wins by double digits and takes more than half of the delegates at stake, a blow to Bernie Sanders' recent momentum.
The race for the Democratic nomination is in the home stretch and victory is in sight.
Humongous crowds for Sanders didn't translate at the polls. He blames the state's primary system for denying independent voters.
I would hope that in future primary elections in New York State, the officials there make some fundamental changes about how they do business.
On the Republican side, an even bigger victory for Donald Trump, who walks away with nearly all of the 95 delegates at stake.
We don't have much of a race anymore. Senator Cruz is just about mathematically eliminated.
But Ted Cruz disagrees, brushing off his third-place loss.
And now, my friends, onward to victory.
Both Cruz and John Kasich pushing forward, hoping to win at a contested convention.
Nobody's going to get enough delegates.
The candidates are back on the trail today with Connecticut, Delaware, Maryland, and Pennsylvania all holding contests next week. Valle, ABC News, Washington.
And here's a look at the delegate count so far. With her win in the New York primary, Clinton picked up at least 135 of the 247 Democratic delegates. Now, right now, she has a total of 1,893 of the total delegate counts. Bernie Sanders, 1,180. There has been over 3,200 delegates votes so far, and there are about 1,500 yet to be chosen. On the Republican side, at last check, Trump has claimed at least 89 of the 95 GOP delegates at stake. That's more than 50% of the vote in New York. Trump has a total of 845 delegates to Cruz's 559. So far, there has been a little under 1,800 delegates chosen so far in the primaries, and there are still over 600 up for grabs. Steph?
New this morning, a man charged in a series of freeway shootings last year in Phoenix has been released from jail. Leslie Merritt Jr. was released after a judge reduced his bond from $1 million to $0. Defense lawyers have argued that ballistic tests cast doubt on the claim by authorities that Merritt was behind 4 of those freeway shootings.
And now new information this morning. Flooding still rampant throughout parts of Houston, and the death toll is going up. Last night, one woman was carried to safety in the arms of Ponderosa firefighters, along with National Guard members and Harris County Sheriff deputies. They also picked up children and families who were stranded. Reports say that there are over 100 homes that have water inside and dozens of cars as well. At least 200 people have been rescued, and the death toll has now gone up to 7.
The recent flooding in Houston has claimed the life of an El Paso truck driver. His name was Pedro Rascon Morales. Witnesses say the 61-year-old drove the 18-wheeler directly into the water. We reached out to his family last night, but they did not wish to comment at this time.
New this morning, a group of college students getting ready to launch an app for the student who loves to travel. ABC7 spoke to the CEO behind the app, Waze, and why she was inspired to create what she calls a travel tool. We have Good Morning El Paso's Denise Olivas live with more. Denise?
Good morning. The woman behind this app, a college senior at UTEP majoring in computer information systems. Doris Llama says she has traveled, worked, and studied abroad. And she's not alone. That's why she created a social networking app for others who do the same. Llama started her journey alone, but she quickly realized she needed help. She teamed up with 7 others, all family and friends, most of them El Paso natives who are attending universities across the U.S. Waze is an app that will help traveling students meet or reunite abroad. For example, if a student is backpacking through Europe or studying in an unfamiliar country, the app connects them with students who are doing the same. Llama says it's a way to put them in touch with students who otherwise they would never meet. Or maybe a student is looking for a roommate.
You can search for a girl who's a friend of your friend, who's this age through this age, who goes to UTEP, who is right now in Madrid. Okay, so you can filter down results in a way that has never been done before.
And Llama says that this started as a simple idea after traveling to several countries. Now she hopes to create a platform for students experiencing the world. Right now the app is in the testing phase, but Waze is set to launch in 10 days. Back to you.
Pretty exciting. All right, thanks, Denise.
All right, let's go ahead and talk weather now.
Yes.
More good news this morning.
It really is. We're just so excited about the forecast, Crystal.
It's a great forecast. Just like yesterday, we were talking conditions nice throughout your afternoon. This morning, 58 your temperature at 8 a.m. Sunny throughout the day here. At noon, we'll be at 73 degrees, and we are forecasting a high today a little above average. 84 for the forecast high. The average is 80 degrees, so this is a somewhat typical day for us. Light to breezy winds do pick up in the afternoon. We're talking gusts up to 25 miles per hour. And while we are looking very dry and sunny, I do want to give an update on the weather that's passing through Texas. Take a look at that line of thunderstorms. While it has weakened a tad since it passed through Dallas, we are still looking at a lot of activity just starting to enter the Austin area and Houston, with the potential of storms yet again today. That is something we will be watching throughout all of your newscasts.
Okay, thank you, Crystal. And now we want to take a look at our TxDOT traffic cameras, taking you out to Loop 375 and Spur 601, where it's actually pretty quiet over there on the far east side. No problems to tell you about, but we do have an ABC7 traffic alert happening tonight. There will be a complete closure of the I-10 westbound main lanes. This is happening between the Lee Trevino overpass and Loma Land over on the east side. This is starting at 9 o'clock tonight, and it will last until 6 in the morning. Definitely want to keep that in mind. Also happening tonight, expect a complete closure of I-10 in both directions between the Westway exit and the Westway entrance ramps. Traffic will be rerouted onto North or South Desert. It starts at 7 o'clock and it lasts until 6 in the morning. And keep in mind, this is an area that doesn't have a lot of good detours, so your best option is just give yourself more time if you're heading out the door to this area.
Good advice. All right, we still have much more to come right here on Good Morning El Paso today. University Medical Center using new technology to sterilize its operating rooms. We'll show you how it works.
I didn't know where it was coming from until I seen the actual explosion come out of my pocket.
A woman suing a company after their product explodes in her pocket. What you could be carrying is putting you at risk this morning. This is ABC7, where news comes first.